Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am reading right now for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're looking at love for the month of September. As I split the deck, have the Ace of Cups there, so I'm going to take that as a good sign. Let's see what you can expect in your love life, those who are resonating, or those who are drawn to this video. See what you can expect in your love life for September. If any of you watched the 3 previous love readings that I did for September, I tried to do shorter videos, which I didn't necessarily succeed at, but I did smaller spreads. What I'm going to do is actually just do larger spreads, because I actually feel those work better for these. So that's what I'm going to do a Celtic cross and see where we go. So Spirit, what do we need to know? What does Gemini need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for their love lives in the month of September. 6 of Pentacles. Giving and receiving. The giving and receiving may or may not be equal, or balanced, I should say, depending on your particular situation. But we're going to see where the cards go. Okay, I'm going to take the 2 of Swords, crossing. These other cards are too many. I'm going to put those back in the deck. 6 of Pentacles crossed by the 2 of Swords. I'm actually getting the feeling of somebody giving somebody something behind one's back. So maybe you have a partner who is, and I don't like to say stuff like this, but maybe you have a partner who is doing something behind your back, maybe cheating on you, I'm sorry to say, behind your back. I feel like there's a possibility, though, that even though we do have the 2 of Swords crossing this, you may already be aware of this. Let's see, those aren't really, I'm trying to make it so everything will end up in frame. Alright, what does Gemini need to know regarding their love life for the month of September? Spirit, what messages do we have for Gemini for their love life? Thank you. I am going to take all those. 2 of Cups at the base of the reading. 3 of Swords in the past. Okay, I feel like this is a betrayal, if you will, that you're already aware of. So this here doesn't come as, or this here in the middle doesn't come as a surprise to you. I do feel like you are ignoring it, though. That's what's going on. Or maybe you are the one who is being unfaithful, and they know that you're being unfaithful, but they're ignoring it. The other party that you're in a committed relationship of some sort with. The Empress is nurturing, abundance. I want to say health and wealth. I just heard health and wealth. The health and wealth of your family, that is the focus. Your focus, if this is resonating with you, either your focus or the focus of the person if you are being unfaithful. But I'm feeling for most of this is you are the person who is unfortunately on the receiving end of the being unfaithful. You're the one being cheated on. This is your focus, is maintaining your health, your wealth, your status, that of your family, the health and wealth of your family. Maintaining the maintenance here is really big, really important. Okay, and lastly, in the future, we have the High Priest. We have not the High Priest. Well, yeah, the High Priest, but the Hierophant is what I want to say. I wanted to say High Priestess, though, so I feel like I feel like there may be something eventually where more people know about this. It's like the secrets come out. something happens where you have to face the fact that this person that you are in a committed relationship with is being unfaithful. I feel like there is, for some of you, I'm thinking of a particular situation that happened with a friend of the family. I feel like there may be elders in the family who already know that that your significant other is being unfaithful, and they may confront them in a public place or confront you about your knowledge of it in a public place. Like I'm feeling like at a family event, like a baptism or a wedding or something like that, or a funeral, a public place where there is something that is steeped in tradition, family connections, things of that nature, family reunion maybe, even though it's fall. This could be the holidays too coming up in the fall and winter here in the States. All right, let's see what else we got. Let me open up my notes on my phone really quick. I'm sorry, guys. If you can hear it outside, my neighbors are cutting the lawn, so I'm sorry about that. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. There we go. All right. So externally, what's going on? Externally, we have, the Nine of Cups. So I feel like this is the person you're dealing with, the significant other, whether you're married in a committed but not formalized like a marriage relationship, whatever it is, however you do it. I think this is them. They're feeling, I've heard other readers call this the smug merchant card, the Nine of Cups. It's somebody who's feeling really proud of themselves and proud of themselves in a way, and feeling like they've got away with something, but emotionally feeling, like I said, proud of themselves. That's what's going on in your external energy. Internally, Gemini. Spirit, what's going on internally? Okay, I don't know why my phone is talking to me now. That's okay. Internally, Eight of Cups. You're already thinking about walking away from this relationship, which I don't blame you, even though you may be ignoring things right now, or seeming to be ignoring things while you're making up your mind. I feel like you are thinking about walking away with the Eight of Cups, because this relationship, it's not this Two of Cups anymore, unfortunately. If this is what's going on, if there's an infidelity that's going on, we're not at the Two of Cups stage where you have two individuals who are mutually exchanging their love and affection with each other. All right, hopes. I was going to say hopes and fears. I'm going to put those back in the deck. What are the hopes and fears we have for the hopes and fears? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles. Still, hopes and fears, it's still wanting to maintain your balance and I want to say status, but it's more than status. It's about maintaining your balance. I feel like even though there aren't any children really in these cards, except for maybe the Hierophant, those two figures at the bottom, those could be children. I feel like if there are children involved, that is what you're worried about, is maintaining their life and their status and making sure that things aren't disrupted for them, with the Queen of Pentacles. Well, like I said, the kids aren't really showing up here So what's the outcome for this situation for Gemini, please? What is the outcome for this situation for Gemini? King of Pentacles. I'm going to put a clarifier on this card because I'm not entirely sure. That part of me wants to say that this King of Pentacles person is the other person you're dealing with. They are the counterpart to your Queen of Pentacles here in the hopes and fears, but I'm not entirely sure. If they are, I feel like the King of Pentacles is here because the outcome here has to do with, again, the finances, the stability, the financial stability of your family. I'm feeling like alimony payments and child support, things of that nature. The person who is doing the cheating and the infidelity, they may be the major breadwinner in the family. I'm not feeling that very strongly for most people, though, to be perfectly honest. Let me pull a clarifier for the King of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. Who or what is the King of Pentacles? The World. Oh, my goodness. The High Priestess. I feel like this person with the King of Pentacles, I feel like they are actually, with this Knight of Cups here, oh, here we go, is actually a bit on the immature side. I do think so, and I do think the King of Pentacles here is the person that you are that you're dealing with. I feel like they are a bit on the immature side. I feel like even though you may be thinking about walking away from them, they are thinking of ending or throwing this other person that they're dealing with over. I feel like the High Priestess is that other person. It's funny, I was thinking about the High Priestess and that almost came out of my mouth when the Hierophant came out earlier. Either they're thinking of ending something with the High Priestess with the World card here in the middle, or they are planning to, and now that I'm getting ready to say this, I think this is more so the case, they're already planning to make this High Priestess person their new significant other, I'm sorry to say. Okay, what do we have on the bottom of the deck? We have the Page of Swords. This is investigating, this is whistleblowing. These are messages coming through that this can also be a card of spying. I don't know if you or somebody else is able to get into this person's cell phone. Maybe that could be what's going on here with the Page of Swords, as what we don't see coming, or you find proof of something on a cell phone, a tablet, email. Now, I'm not suggesting you go and do this, but I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Somehow something is left for you to find. Not purposely maybe, but left for you to find. This could also be what I was referring to earlier about with the whistleblower, with somebody in the family, or who was a friend who does know or suspects strongly that something is going on. saying, hey, hey Gemini, that so and so is doing X, Y, and Z. I know you know. Why don't you come clean, and why don't you leave them? That could be the case there as well. Ten of Swords, ultimate betrayal, stabbing in the back, ending, and the Five of Wands. That's striking me as a legal fight, quite frankly, this Five of Wands. Legal fight with conflicting interests. Again, I'm feeling children, not the children fighting, but if this is, I feel like this is a legal marriage or something that has divorce or separation proceedings, some sort of proceedings that occur in court with the Hierophant here, actually. So I'm feeling like custody battle, debate about who gets the children when for visitation. I just want to say, be mindful of that, because the children do end up being the ones who get hurt the most generally in those types of situations, at least that I've seen in my personal life with family and friends who have dealt with things of this nature. But any lawyer that you have who is worth his or her salt will do what they can from a legal standpoint to work with you and help you mitigate any damage or harm that comes to the children. I feel like that's what's really important with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles in this reading. It's nurturing and taking care of your children, taking care of yourself as well. Because at the end of the day, that's what's important. Let's see what closing advice we have for Gemini. Spirit, what closing advice do we have for Gemini? I do think it's going to be a matter of when it comes down to it, it'll be a matter of finances and taking care of the children. Like I said, make sure that you vet your lawyer, you vet their record and the way they do things, because you want to make sure that your children are not getting the short end of the stick in any way. And you want to make sure you aren't getting the short end of the stick in any way either. Okay? Co-create with Spirit in this situation. Things may seem, especially as you go through, if you decide to, go through with divorce or separation proceedings, alimony, palimony, maybe, even factoring in child support. I wouldn't be surprised if you felt nervous, afraid, confused, overwhelmed. Work with Spirit, work with God, whoever you go to spiritually for support, work with them. They can help you co-create a situation through positive intention. If nothing else, they can help you co-create a positive outcome for yourself and your family. Is there any other advice to close for Gemini? I don't know if those want to come out. Just one more card. There's no place like home. The actual house, there could be a matter that relates to the actual domicile that you live in, who keeps the house, who keeps the children, all that sort of thing, who keeps the pets. again, that is something that could factor into this. If you haven't thought about whether or not you want to keep the house or you want them to keep the house, think about that now. Think about, just generally speaking, whether or not that's something you're interested in doing, or if that's something you can do financially. It may also be that if you can't, you may need to think about moving. These are all things that your lawyer can talk to you about. If you do end up needing to move or sell the house, they may also know of a real estate agent who works well with divorcing and separating couples, who want to keep situations as calm and stable as possible, particularly when there are kids involved. I have heard of some real estate agents who specialize in that sort of thing. So that could be something for you to talk to your attorney about if that's something that's concerning to you. Let's see, is there anything else? Anything else? Sorry, fell on the floor. I'm not going to take that one. Is there anything else for Gemini? All that glitters. This is a warning of greed. I would say, while you may be upset with this person, karmically there's something you would want to watch out for is not letting your anger with them, which is valid, not letting your anger at them or with them kind of override isn't the right word, but lead you to trying to take them for all they're worth, if you will. Basically, that I'm trying to put it nicely, don't be greedy. There's a line to walk, and I say that only because yes, they've done harm to you and to your family by engaging in these behaviors, doing what they're doing, having done what they've done, but ruining them financially in this life isn't. You won't be rewarded for that spiritually. That will create a karmic situation where something that will have to be paid back in another lifetime. It may even have to be paid back in this lifetime in a different way, not necessarily monetarily. I think the best way to keep away from that type of feeling or possibility is to keep in mind what it is that the children need. What do the children need? What is in their best interest? And no more. All right. All right, Gemini. That was a little heavier than I expected, quite frankly. But I hope that was helpful to those of you that it resonated with. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in booking a private reading with me or getting in touch with me, you can contact me by posting a comment. You can also contact me via email if you're interested in a reading. All that information is in the description box below. And I hope you found this reading helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks very much. Bye. For entertainment purposes only.